If you're searching for the best sublimation printer for your needs, you're in the right place. Whether you're a beginner just getting started or a more advanced user looking for high-quality, reliable prints, I'm here to help break it all down. There are so many sublimation printers out there, and it can be overwhelming to decide which one is the right fit. Some are purpose-built for sublimation, while others need to be converted, and there are a lot of factors that go into making the best decision. Before we get started, make sure you visit my website, link in the description below, or search for my brand, Color Vistas, online for more resources. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more similar videos. You can also read my detailed review article on best sublimation printers linked in the description below. The article also contains links to purchase from a reliable supplier.
Before we dive in, you might be wondering, why should you trust my review? Well, I run a website with over 150 blog posts dedicated to sublimation printing, and I take the time to research and analyze each product. I've come across multiple tests conducted on these printers, and I'll be sharing everything I've found so you can make an informed choice. Let's start with the Sawgrass SG500, which is considered one of the premium sublimation printers out there. Unlike some of the budget-friendly options that require conversion, the SG500 is a dedicated sublimation printer, meaning it's designed exclusively for sublimation printing and doesn't require any modifications. A test I came across involved unboxing the SG500, and inside the box, you'll find a safety manual, ink, an installation guide, a power cord, and a USB port. The ink that comes with it is specifically formulated for Sawgrass printers, so it's important to make sure you're using the right ink. Sawgrass even offers installation support online, which is a great bonus for those new to sublimation. Once the printer was set up, the first test involved printing a design onto sublimation paper. The colors looked vibrant and sharp, and the print was fast, which is one of the things I really like about the SG500. The next step was pressing the design onto a polyester substrate at 400 degrees for 60 seconds, and the result was fantastic. Deep colors and sharp lines. A second test was performed on a polyester shirt using butcher paper for protection at 365 degrees for 65 seconds, and the outcome was just as impressive. The colors didn't bleed, and the design was incredibly vivid and professional looking. Let's move on to the pros of the SG500. First, the speed is great, making it a great choice for those with high-volume projects. Since it's a dedicated sublimation printer, you don't have to go through the hassle of conversion, which means fewer risks and potential other issues. And when it comes to print quality, the SG500 delivers stunning results. Another great feature is that it comes with Sawgrass's built-in design software, Creative Studio, which is great for beginners who don't want to deal with third-party design programs. Now let's talk about the downsides. The initial cost of the SG500 is on the higher end, making it less budget-friendly than some other options. The ink is also quite expensive, which is something to keep in mind if you're planning on doing a lot of printing. Another minor drawback is that while the printer includes a free version of the Creative Studio software, you'll need to pay extra to upgrade to the premium version. Additionally, I've seen some reports that the ink runs out faster than expected, so that's something to consider. It also does not support wide format needs. Now, how does the SG500 compare to its competitors? When stacked up against the Brother SP1 and converted Epson EcoTank printers, the SG500 is noticeably faster and produces richer colors. Since it's a dedicated sublimation printer, you don't have to worry about ink conversion issues, which is a common problem with Epson EcoTank models. However, it doesn't offer large format needs like the Epson ET-15000. So, is the SG500 the right choice for you? If you're just starting out and you don't have high-volume printing needs, or you're working with a tight budget, then this high-end printer might not be your best option. However, if you have the budget, need speed, and want a premium printer, then the SG500 is a good choice. Just be sure to factor in the ongoing ink costs before making your decision. Next, let's talk about the Brother SP1 sublimation printer, which is a great affordable option for those who want a dedicated sublimation printer without spending too much.
A test I came across involved unboxing and setting up the Brother SP1. And one feature that really stood out was the ArtSpira app, which lets you edit and resize designs directly from your phone or tablet. However, the app doesn't work as well on PC or Mac. So if you prefer designing on a computer, you might need to use third-party design software. The test prints were done on a white polyester shirt, and after pressing the colors turned out vibrant and sharp. A second test was performed on polyester, and again, the results were bright and clean. The Brother SP1 is incredibly easy to set up and use, which makes it a great choice for beginners. Now let's look at the pros. First, it's a dedicated sublimation printer, so you don't need to go through a conversion process like you would with an Epson EcoTank. It's also more affordable than the SG500 while still delivering stunning results. The ink costs are also lower compared to Sawgrass models, which makes it more budget-friendly in the long run. However, there are some downsides. The Brother SP1 is slower than the SG500, so if you need high-speed printing, this might not be the best option for you. The ArtSpira app is also somewhat limited, and it's not fully compatible with computers, which could be frustrating if you prefer desktop design software. It also does not support large format needs. How does the Brother SP1 compare to its competitors? When placed side by side with the Epson EcoTank series, the SP1 has the advantage of being a dedicated sublimation printer, meaning you don't have to deal with conversion issues. The Sawgrass model offer faster printing speeds, and the EcoTank ET-15000 supports large format printing. So, is the Brother SP1 the right choice for you? If you're looking for an affordable, dedicated sublimation printer that delivers high-quality prints without breaking the bank, then this is one of the best choices out there. However, if you need a faster, premium printer for high-volume projects, you might want to consider the Sawgrass SG500. Let's move on to the Epson EcoTank ET-15000, which is a large format printer that can be converted for sublimation. Unlike the Sawgrass SG500 or Brother SP1, which are purpose-built for sublimation, the ET-15000 was originally designed as a standard inkjet printer, but it has gained popularity among sublimation crafters because of its borderless wide-format printing capabilities. A test I came across involved setting up the ET-15000 for sublimation, which required replacing the original ink with Cosmos sublimation ink. After installing the drivers from Epson's website, a test print was done at 8.5 on 11 inches. The print looked slightly dull on paper, but that's completely normal. Once transferred onto fabric, the colors became much more vibrant. The test involved pressing the design onto a polyester fabric at 400 degrees for 45 seconds, using butcher paper to protect the surface and pre-pressing to remove any moisture. The final results were sharp and colorful, proving that the ET-15000 is fully capable of producing high-quality sublimation prints. A second test was performed on a 95% polyester cushion pillowcase, this time using a larger 13x19 print size to take full advantage of the ET-15000's large format capabilities. Once again, the pressing process was done at 400 degrees for 40 seconds, and the results were bright, crisp, and well-defined. If you need a wide-format sublimation printer at a relatively affordable cost, this is a great option. Now let's discuss the pros of the ET-15000. First, the large format printing is a huge advantage, allowing you to print borderless designs up to 13x19, which isn't possible with most other sublimation printers. The print quality is excellent, with many users reporting successful and vibrant transfers. Another major advantage is the high-capacity ink bottles, which can last up to 2 years, making it cost-efficient in the long run. The 250-sheet paper capacity is also a bonus, as it reduces the need for frequent refilling. However, there are some downsides to keep in mind. Since the ET-15000 is not a dedicated sublimation printer, you'll need to convert it by installing sublimation ink instead of the standard ink it comes with. This means that you will void the manufacturer's warranty upon conversion, so if anything goes wrong, you won't be able to rely on Epson for support. It's also more expensive than smaller EcoTank models like the ET-2800,
So if you don't need large format printing, you might want to consider a more budget-friendly option. Now, let's compare the ET-15000 to its competitors. When placed side by side with the Sawgrass SG500, another wide-format sublimation printer, the main difference is that the SG500 is a dedicated sublimation printer, meaning it doesn't require conversion and avoids potential ink issues. The SG500 can print even larger sizes with an optional bypass tray, but it comes at a much higher price point, both in terms of initial cost and ink expenses. If you're looking for a large format sublimation printer but want to keep costs down, the ET-15000 is a strong choice. So, is the Epson EcoTank ET-15000 the right sublimation printer for you? If you need large format printing, are willing to go through the conversion process, and want to save money compared to a dedicated wide format sublimation printer, then this is one of the great options out there. However, if you don't need large prints, or want to avoid the risks of conversion, you might want to look at dedicated sublimation printers instead. Now let's move on to the Epson EcoTank ET-15000, which is one of the most budget-friendly options for sublimation printing. Just like the ET-15000, this printer was not originally designed for sublimation, but it can be converted by using third-party sublimation ink. This makes it a great entry-level choice for those who want to start sublimation on a budget. A test I came across involved setting up a brand new Epson EcoTank ET-15000 for sublimation. Since converting a used printer can be messy, it's always recommended to start with a fresh unit. Instead of using the original Epson ink, HEPU sublimation ink was installed. A test print was done on sublimation paper, and the colors were clear and crisp. The next step was transferring the design onto a 100% polyester t-shirt using sublimation paper and a heat press. The results turned out well. Now let's go over the benefits of the ET-15000. The biggest advantage is affordability. It's one of the cheapest options available for sublimation printing. However, there are some drawbacks to be aware of. Just like the ET-15000, the ET-15000 is not a dedicated sublimation printer, so you will void the warranty upon conversion. This means that if something goes wrong, you won't have Epson's support to fix it. Additionally, the ET-15000 only supports standard letter size printing, 8.5 to 11 inches, so if you need larger prints, this isn't the best option. Print quality might not be as vibrant as dedicated sublimation printers like the Sawgrass SG500 or Brother SP1. Now, how does the ET-15000 compare to its competitors? Compared to the Brother SP1, the ET-15000 is cheaper, but requires conversion and has a higher risk of ink-related issues. Compared to Sawgrass models, the ET-15000 has lower print resolution and slower print speeds. However, it is significantly cheaper than both Sawgrass and Brother printers, making it a good starting point for beginners. So is the Epson EcoTank ET-15000 the right choice for you? If you're just starting with sublimation, are on a tight budget, and don't mind going through the conversion process, then this is one of the best entry-level options available. However, if you're looking for higher quality prints, faster printing speeds, or large format capabilities, you may want to consider a more advanced model. Let's now take a look at the Epson SureColor F170, a dedicated sublimation printer that has gained popularity for those who want to avoid the hassle of converting a standard printer. Unlike the Epson EcoTank models, which require third-party sublimation ink and void the warranty upon conversion, the F170 is purpose-built for sublimation printing, meaning it comes ready to use out of the box with no modifications needed. A test I came across highlighted the F170's ease of setup and strong performance. The printer was unboxed, and inside the package were a power cable, 4 bottles of sublimation ink, and a user manual. One key thing to note is that you shouldn't open the ink bottles until you're ready to fill the tanks, and you should also remove all packaging materials before getting started. The F170 supports direct printing from various programs and produces excellent color results thanks to its built-in ICC profiles. The test prints were done using sublimation blanks with polyester coatings, and the results were impressive. Items such as shirts, tumblers, mugs, and coasters were printed on, and the color accuracy was spot on. One important preparation step was cleaning the sublimation blanks, pre-pressing fabric for 10 to 15 seconds, and using heat-resistant tape and butcher paper. After pressing, the colors became bold, vivid, and professional-looking. The F170 performed well, delivering reliable and consistent prints across a variety of substrates. Now, let's discuss the pros of the Epson SureColor F170. One of its biggest advantages is that it's a dedicated sublimation printer, meaning no conversion is needed. This eliminates many of the risks associated with using converted Epson EcoTank models, such as clogging and loss of warranty. Compared to some other sublimation printers, the ink costs for the F170 are also lower, making it a more economical choice in the long run. However, there are some downsides to consider. One of the biggest limitations of the F170 is its print resolution, which is lower than some of its competitors, including the Brother SP1 and Sawgrass SG500. While it still produces great results, the print detail may not be as sharp as what you'd get from a higher-end sublimation printer. Another drawback is that the F170 is not a wide-format printer, meaning you're limited to letter and legal-sized prints, 8.5 to 14 inches max. If you need larger prints, you would have to consider something like the Epson ET-15000 or Sawgrass SG500. Now, let's compare the F170 to its competitors. Against the Brother SP1, the F170 has a higher initial cost. Compared to the Sawgrass SG500, the F170 is cheaper and has lower ongoing ink costs, but Sawgrass models have higher print resolution. Compared to converted Epson EcoTank printers, the F170 offers more reliability because it doesn't require modification, but EcoTank printers are generally cheaper and offer a wider variety of sizes. So is the Epson SureColor F170 the right choice for you? If you're looking for a dedicated sublimation printer that's easy to use, produces high-quality prints, and eliminates the hassle of conversion, then the F170 is a great option. It's particularly well-suited for hobbyists and crafters who don't need large-format printing but want a reliable sublimation printer at a mid-range price point. However, if you need higher-resolution prints or larger print sizes, you might want to consider other models like the Brother SP1, Sawgrass SG500, or Epson ET-15000. In summary, the Epson SureColor F170 is a fantastic entry-level dedicated sublimation printer, offering solid performance and reliability without the hassle of conversion. It may not be the most advanced model on the market, but for those who want a sublimation setup with good quality prints, it's a strong contender. Now let's wrap up with an overall conclusion. If you need a large format printer, the Epson ET-15000 is a great choice, but keep in mind that it requires conversion. If you're on a tight budget and don't mind converting a printer, the Epson ET-2800 is an affordable entry-level option. If you want a purpose-built, high-speed sublimation printer, the Sawgrass SG500 is the way to go. Just be prepared for high ink costs. If you want a dedicated sublimation printer that's more budget-friendly, the Brother SP1 is an excellent option, offering great quality without the hassle of conversion. Overall, in my opinion, the best sublimation printer is the Brother SP1 because it combines affordable pricing and great print quality, offering the best of both worlds. No matter which option you choose, make sure it fits your needs, your budget, and the volume of projects you plan to work on. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you visit my website, link in the description below, or search for my brand, Color Vistas, online for more resources. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more similar videos, and be sure to like, comment, and share. See you in the next video.